All right, what's up, everybody? It's Ethan here, and check out where I am right now. You might think I'm in West Virginia based on how the scenery looks, but no, I'm actually in the Ardennes region in France, in the Ardennes forest, which obviously is a very historically significant area. Lots of World War II and World War I history. Of course, very famous for one of the, most consequential battles in World War II, where the Germans made their big offensive into France. This area that I'm in now, I'm at the very edge of this little village, and I don't remember the name of it, really I can't pronounce the name of it, but it's really beautiful. It actually looks, like I said, a lot like West Virginia. It's crazy how much it looks like West Virginia. Even, further back in the village, like in the middle of the village, there's like a ton of like old rundown industrial looking stuff. And so that just even more so reminded me of places in West Virginia. Like, this really looks like some areas that are kind of, along the Semois River in between Charleston and Fayetteville. But it's very beautiful. Obviously it's raining. There's a nearby here, and the river is like very, very full right now. So clearly they've been getting a lot of rain out here. But I'm essentially in the middle of nowhere right now. I took a train from Paris about 2 hours to the city right on the edge of the mountains and stuff up here. City of about like 45,000, pretty small city. Barely could even call it a city, really more like a village. But then I took a bus 1 hour up here. So basically today what I'm doing is I'm going to be following this road for a little while. There's no sidewalk or anything, so I'll try to be safe and move out of the way when cars come by. But basically I'm hiking from here about 2 miles to the border with Belgium, and then after that I'm going to hike into Belgium and check out a couple of small villages there with a lot of really cool, like I said, there's a lot of cool like World War I and II history there that you can see, and some really cool little hikes to some scenic overlooks and the river and everything else. So I'm really excited about it. This next couple mile stretch I'm kind of through as quick as I can, because this is all along this road that doesn't have a sidewalk in the mountains, so not exactly the safest place to be walking, I would say. But luckily there's not a lot of cars out right now. There's freaking nobody out here. It's very quiet, very remote. Nobody speaks English here. Definitely very different from the last few days where I've been in Paris. Very different experience out here. All right, well, I'm at the border of the Ardennes region right now. Well, sort of. This is the sign for it. But basically that means I'm very close to the border with Belgium, which is cool. And man, it is like it's a gloomy day, but man, it is just beautiful out here. It's beautiful, and it's so quiet and peaceful. I mean, even walking on this road, it's still just like, car drives by every once in a while, but for the most part, it's just me out here, and it's very quiet and very peaceful. Really cool place. I was kind of getting a little anxious on the bus ride up here, because I'm like, man, I am really going up to the middle of nowhere, and public transportation options are, very few and far between up here. But all that anxiety is completely melted away, and I'm having an awesome time just walking around up here. How's that for a view? This is the Semois River. I believe that's how you pronounce it. Hopefully. But yeah, that's incredible. Really beautiful. All right. So I am continuing my little road walk here, a little road hike, whatever you want to call it, following the river, and it's still gorgeous out here. It's actually warmer than it was in Paris, which is surprising. So that's nice. But yeah, still really beautiful up here. And I tell you, you know, it is an interesting experience walking through an area like this where, you know, there's just so much history here. Like there's, you know, so much more to it than just being up in, you know, the mountains or in the forest or whatever. Like, it's a really interesting feeling where you're in an area where literally hundreds, I believe hundreds of thousands of people have died. I'm not going to pretend to be like an expert on World War I or II history, but, you know, some very significant battles were fought here, and lots of soldiers died, not to mention all the damage that was done to all these small villages and everything here. It's just crazy. This Belgian village that I'm going to actually still has some like bombed out bridges that they took out in an attempt to stop, you know, slow the Germans down, which of course it kind of worked, but it didn't work for very long. And in the end, of course, it, you know, didn't work very well at all. But yeah, you know, it's a very, you know, interesting feeling walking through an area like that. And of course, you know, some people think that this area is like crazy haunted. I don't know if I believe all that, but it is, you know, very interesting, I'll say that. All right, I guess that means I'm leaving the Ardennes Park, regional park. And the border is literally right up here. All right, well, there you go. Here's the border right here. There's the France sign. A little less extravagant than most of the state welcome signs in the US, but it gets the job done. Now, of course, normally when you cross a country border, you have to go through like a passport check or, you know, customs or whatever. But because both of these countries are in the Schengen region, Schengen zone, once you're stamped in any of the countries in this zone, you can just freely travel through them. And France and Belgium are both in that zone, so that rule applies here. All right, now I'm officially in Belgium, a country I've actually never been to before, so this is a first for me, and that's always exciting. Wow. So, there's actually, mercifully, a bike path starting here, and that seems a lot safer than continuing to walk on the side of the road. So, I'm gonna do that. But first, before any of that, I just wanted to show you guys this cool little creek running down through here into the river. Oh man, that bridge is really slippery. I just almost ate shit. But there we go, it's beautiful. I tell you right now, I seriously pity any guy who comes through here on a bike and encounters this bridge, because you are screwed, man. I mean, if you took a bike over this bridge, you would definitely eat shit. I mean, for sure. Like, those tires would slip right out under you. But still beautiful. Dangerous, but beautiful. Cool little waterfall on the side of the path here. Just a little one. They're all swollen right now, though. All the waterways here are completely swollen with water because it's just been raining non-stop up here for a while. But yeah, not a bad view while I'm eating a little bit of a baguette that I bought at the at a bakery before I took the bus up here. Life's pretty good, guys, even with the rain. I'm just happy to be here. It can rain. Well, the rain's definitely picked back up again. It's actually, thought I was lucking out at first because it wasn't raining when I was doing that road walk, but right about when I got to the border, it started raining again. So I'm hoping this kind of chills out again in a little while, because I would like to do a couple of hikes around this village that I'm heading to, and not, you know, actually have maybe some views, because right now the views are pretty obstructed because of the rain. But we'll see what happens. I think first thing on the agenda is maybe find a little cafe to hang out in, get some coffee, get warm, something like that. Yeah, I'll tell you what, if you are from Appalachia and you want to go to an area of Europe that will remind you of home, come here to the Ardennes. I mean, it is uncanny how much it looks like West Virginia, or, you know, Kentucky, Western North Carolina. I mean, especially like, you know, West Virginia and Kentucky. I mean, or, you know, maybe like Western Maryland, Western Pennsylvania. I mean, God, it is like really, truly like amazing how similar it looks here. I mean, even just like, you know, I'm walking by these like little farmhouses that have all these like rundown, you know, old barns and sheds and stuff on the property, like crazy. I don't know, that's just blowing my mind. Well, I'm coming up on this little Belgian village here. First one after crossing the border. I know the name of it, but I'm not going to try to say it because I'll just embarrass myself. But yeah, it's still very cool. It is still raining, of course. As is usual with me, I get all the bad weather on days where I want to do something like this, because literally like the day after I fly back to the States, it's gonna be like nice and sunny. I mean, it'll be cold, but it's gonna not be raining. So once again, that's freaking Appalachia right there. Some guys gonna be cooking up fentanyl in there, I'm telling you. But yeah, beautiful little village so far. Can't wait to see more of it. Really cool little cemetery here. I mean, like, that's quite a backdrop for a cemetery. And it does look like the skies are clearing up a little bit here, which is good. It's still drizzling, but it has gotten better, at least for now. So hopefully that means it's gonna stop soon. Give me a little break at least. It's supposed to be pretty much raining on and off all day, but I'd like a little bit of a break if possible. All right, guys, made it here into this little village, kind of in the center of the village now. It's beautiful. I mean, wow, look at that. Just incredible little Belgian village here in the Ardennes. Beautiful little backdrop of the hills and the forest, the river right here. I mean, wow. This is like, you know, when people like think of like, you know, like Europe, at least, you know, I feel like a lot of Americans, when they think of like, you know, small little villages in Europe, this is exactly the type of place they think of. So anyway, I'm gonna walk through the village here, and I'm gonna go check out. So there's an overlook that I really want to hike to, and it's about like half a mile, maybe a little over half a mile of road walking, and then another about half a mile or so of hiking on a trail. And it leads up to this overlook that I saw it on the map when I was looking into this, going into this area, and I'd really love to check it out. So I'm gonna go up there and see how that looks, and then after that probably come back down here into the village and find a cafe or something like that. But yeah, this is really cool, and it's very quiet here. Kind of right in the middle of the village now, in front of this beautiful old historic church here. And yeah, pretty picturesque. Very, very quiet here. God, this little village is like so picturesque. It's crazy. There's actually a little bombed out bridge there that they bombed out to try to hold off the Germans. And actually, that might have been bombed during World War I, now that I think about it, so I have to look more into that. But I'm definitely going to go get a closer look at that bridge after I come down from here. Just hiked up a pretty steep section there, and honestly the visibility kind of sucks right now because of the rain. I'm hoping that the rain dies back down again so I can get some good views up at the top. Should be under a half a mile to get there from here. Yeah, this whole area is just crazy saturated with water. It's like a rainforest, all the moss and everything. Crazy. The moss on the trees here is absolutely crazy. There's so much of it on all these trees. It's beautiful, but it is like so muddy up here. Like, look at that. That is insane. I don't like to make a habit of hiking off trail, but I mean, I have to. Look at that. It's just, I mean, it's like impassable. Like right now I have to cross this other trail here, and oh man, that's gonna suck. I might have to go down there and then walk back up. I'm almost there, so I'm gonna keep pushing, but man, it's real. I mean, the mud up here is really bad. Huge moss covered rock right there. That's really cool. Still super muddy up here, and the rain just keeps getting worse and worse. Honestly, this is like the worst time of day to be coming up to this overlook. I'm gonna see maybe if I can wait it out a little bit to get like better weather conditions and get some views. But so far, I mean, I'll be able to see a little bit, but it ain't gonna be anything special, I'll tell you that. But that is really cool right there. Holy crap. All right, well, I'm coming up to that viewpoint right now, trying to be as careful as I can here because it is very, very slippery. Like, everything is just so slippery. It's muddy, the rocks are slippery, everything. But here we go. And it is, you know, very foggy from the rain, but man, what a beautiful view that is. I'm gonna wait it out a little bit and see if I can maybe get like a little bit better of a view. So we'll see what happens. But this is already pretty damn spectacular. I mean, I can't complain. Can hear someone jackhammering away down there. And it's really cool too, because there's like, you got the river on like both sides, you know, it comes through there and then snakes around all the way over here and then goes up there. Pretty awesome. Well, the view's cleared up a lot. That looks awesome now. It's a very brief little window of clear weather. Well, not clear, but clear-ish. but I'll take it. That is incredible. Like, as I'm talking, I can see it getting worse again. But I did get a couple of good shots, so I'll take it. View just got even a little bit better. I actually saw a little bit of blue sky there for a second. Holy shit. I love the low-lying clouds on the hills over there. Probably about to head down pretty soon here, but like I said, just wanted to wait it out a little bit. I just grabbed one of my old t-shirts out of my pack and just threw it on a rock and just kind of sat down and waited it out here. And I think it's paid off. I definitely think it's paid off. Pretty awesome. All right, guys, well, I'm so glad I waited out that bad weather because, I mean, it's still obviously overcast. It's not going to be sunny at any point today. But, I mean, my God, is it just spectacular up here. The view's got 1,000 times better, and I've been up here by myself the whole time, which I guess is expected because nobody else wanted to trudge through all that mud and crap. I am genuinely concerned about how in shape my clothes are going to be by the time I get back on pavement, but hopefully I do okay. But, yeah, I mean, look at this. This view is just incredible. It is absolutely beautiful up here. Like I said, very reminiscent of Appalachia. You know, but that little village down there is just like magical, and I can't wait to go back down there and explore more of that. It is starting to get a little bit on the later side. The sun's going to be setting pretty soon, so I'm going to head back down. All right, guys. Well, I made it back into the village, and as you can see, it's raining pretty hard right now. I mean, it's not horrible, but it's bad enough that I kind of just want to end this video here. So I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up, but this was really awesome, really cool experience getting to hike over here from France, and you know, taking the bus up into the mountains like I did, and then hiking across the border, hiking up there, going through these villages. Very cool experience, and I highly recommend it because there's not a lot of people that come out here, at least not this time of year, which, you know, maybe there's a good reason for that. But either way, I had a great time. And I did end up getting some good views despite the rain and everything. So if you guys enjoyed this, make sure to subscribe to my channel and like this video. And I will definitely be coming back with new adventures and more awesome stuff from all over the world. So stay tuned, and I'll see you on the next one.